And joining us now is Omar Hammoud, who is president and CEO of APG Neuros. We appreciate you driving down from Montreal and being with us today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here, Tom.
We learned a little bit about your company. You manufacture high-efficiency, high-speed air blowers that are used primarily in wastewater treatment plants.
That's correct.
That is your main product that you manufacture both in Canada and here in Plattsburgh.
That's correct. It's a product that we developed based on technologies from aerospace and defense. We brought in the proven components that were used in gas turbine for jet engines, for aerospace applications in the space shuttle program and other programs. We grouped them together into an industrial product that proved to be quite successful and added a lot of benefits to our customers.
So this isn't the technology of old for wastewater treatment plants. This is really cutting edge.
Absolutely. This technology that we brought with our product is like a leap in advancement, similar to going from the rotary phone to the iPhone. Basically, we're replacing technologies that were designed in 1854 using very old, heavy cast iron with a new technology that's very small, very agile, and very smart.
You mentioned based on jet engines, based on the aerospace industry, using that technology for your blowers.
Yes.
That must mean they're smaller, more efficient, I imagine?
Absolutely. In terms of the size, we reduced the size by over 50%. In terms of the efficiency, we reduced the power consumption by about 30 to 40%. When we add the flexibility that comes with the smart product, the smart control, the smart programming that we can add in the product, we can reduce the power consumption or increase the efficiency by 60 to 70%.
And if you're talking about a large wastewater treatment plant, that's probably significant, a significant amount of energy.
Absolutely. The blowers in the wastewater treatment plant are the heart of the treatment process, and they consume up to 70% of the energy. And when you look at a typical city or a typical town, the wastewater treatment plants consumes about 10% of the power consumed by that small town or the city. So therefore, when you look at the contribution of our product to the efficiency goals that every city has to achieve under, that's from the flow down from the Kyoto Global Agreement on the global warming and so on and so forth, and footprint reduction in carbon, it contributes to about 10% towards their goal. So it's quite significant achievements that they can accomplish with our product.
That's an added bonus. It helps municipalities reduce their carbon footprint.
Yes.
And obviously, if they're saving on those energy costs, they're saving money in most cases for taxpayers. Which
absolutely, it's a direct saving on the amount of money the taxpayer pays for maintaining these wastewater treatment plants running.
And this technology has been developed in Montreal just within the past few years. Your company is relatively new.
Our company started in 2005. I left the aerospace and defense after I had spent 25 years with the leaders in that sector. And I teamed with colleagues from South Korea and from other places internationally that were in the gas turbine industry, in technology development and gas turbine industry. And we took these components, we grouped them together and introduced them to the market in 2005. The first installation in wastewater treatment we did in Quebec. We started in July of 2006 and still running and it's doing an outstanding job. And that led us towards the projects that were in design at that time in wastewater treatment plant. The customers saw the benefits immediately. And we just like a brush fire, we grew across the US and Canada, where now we have 350 customers, mostly like 99% are cities that use our product.
And it was just within a few years you then looked south of the border to set up operations here in the US.
We knew to succeed well in the US, we have to have good presence in the US. And we wanted a place where there is a good workforce, good loyalty, good employee, hard work and dedication. We looked at Plattsburgh and we found the answer.
Because at that time, you probably noticed other Canadian companies, Bombardier, Novabus, and others moving just south of the border and setting up shop here, and you found favorable conditions here to open your plant here.
Right, yes. We looked at multiple cities and many locations to establish in the U.S. When we looked at Plattsburgh, we looked at experience with other companies from Montreal mainly. Bombardier, Novabus were two companies that we spoke to, and we had very good feedback on their experience in Plattsburgh. And the state of New York as well, the contribution, the bonding business and the state for economic development, for helping the companies to establish and succeed. And we came to see the town of Plattsburgh with our project, and we were well received. And they had solutions available, they had a building ready. And it took us a few months to nail down the agreements in 2009. By 2010, we were producing from here. And what I find it very moving for me is to see we took an empty place that was available. We turned it into a lively place where people from all over the world, they come to see their product being assembled and tested and delivered to them. For example, we get cities all over the west coast of the US. They all fly in, they spend a few days in Plattsburgh, they see our employees. Our employees are very proud to show them their work. Then we had deliveries to Mexico, to Italy, to France, to London, England.
So you've expanded. You're shipping internationally now.
Absolutely, and we're just at the beginning. That market is very stagnated. The wastewater treatment market is stagnated in technology for a very long time. What's been hurting it is the focus on low price, not on quality. Mm-hmm. We had to come up with a new concept, a new business model where we focus on quality and on efficiency. It took hard work to transform the industry, but after 4 or 5 years, all the designs are now shifting towards high quality and high efficiency, and we are the market leader. So we're benefiting from all the hard work that we did during the past 6, 7 years.
So in the past, where municipalities would look at the bottom line, at the cost first and foremost, now they're rethinking and they're looking at the technology and the equipment, the cost savings by using that equipment, and in the process, they're no longer just looking at what would be the cheapest model to put in these plants.
Absolutely, you said it the right way, Tom. Yeah, now their focus is on the life cycle cost and on the quality and efficiency. And the method of procurement is also changing. When, for instance, when we look at the past, they were just focusing on the lump sum. They call it lump sum bid. Mm-hmm. At the bottom line, if you are $5 less, you win. So everybody was driving the product quality down to get to a lower price. We said, no, that's not the way we can do business. We have to work hard to move it back towards the value added with the product. And working hard and demonstrating the value added in a higher efficiency product and demonstrating to the cities. For example, we were giving them test units free of charge, $200,000 unit they keep for 1 year or 2 years to collect data to get to see the difference between a high quality and high efficiency product and a low quality and obsolete technology. And with that investment, it made the municipality able to go to the state and to the EPA federal level to tell them, hey, we can't continue to buy with the old equipment. The world is advancing in Germany, in Europe. That's their focus is on high efficiency. We have to change the way we do business. We have to focus on quality and efficiency. And with the demonstration programs that we did, it gave them the data that they can use to ask for a different way of procurement. And that helped us to keep evolving our product and also to maintain our market position.
Are municipalities not waiting for the equipment to wear out or waiting to build new plants? Are some of them looking at their existing plan and your technology and deciding to upgrade with your technology?
Yeah, there are multiple, in fact, markets. There is the market, as you mentioned, is the replacement or upgrade. There's also new treatment processes that require either rebuilding completely the wastewater treatment plant or making expansions. We see that, for example, just in the state of New York, we see that in Rochester, which is already our customer, Monroe County, and we see that in New York City we have 2 projects that are at the advanced stage, and that's expansion to get better treatment and more expanded treatment. And we see that across all the small towns when you drive from here all the way to Buffalo, including also the city of Buffalo is working with us on multiple projects.
How much has your business grown since you moved into your Plattsburgh facility 4 or 5 years ago?
When we started with our plant in Plattsburgh, we were producing around maybe 30 or 40 units. Last year, we closed about 200 units, close to 200 units. And our sales in dollar value, we started with around 68,000 back in 2006. And last year, we closed over 30 million. Last year, we were featured as one of the, we were the number 66 fastest growing Canadian company in Profit magazine. And we were featured also in multiple articles and received awards for Best Product Award, the most innovative technology in wastewater worldwide by a global committee that focuses on new technologies in wastewater treatment worldwide.
And in the next 3 to 5 years, do you just see continued growth?
We expect to continue the growth. However, we have challenges. We're working to address them. The challenge is we have the competition from companies that don't make the product in the US, but they are able to get into many projects with the lower price. When they go to produce them in China and Taiwan and low-cost countries, they can produce it at lower cost. Then they can come and try to gain some of the projects that we're not able yet to transform them to be based on the high quality and efficiency. So we're trying to address that. Also, we have the cost, the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. Also, there is a change there we're trying to address as well. And we have our head office in Montreal and our plant in Plattsburgh that we're also trying to see how we can optimize the operations. We've gone through this over the last year and a half. We have identified solutions, and we're working with the state of New York and the economic development community in Plattsburgh to find long-term solutions. Once we get these solutions together, that would be our next step in growth, and it could be another fast growth that would probably take us to over 300 units. We are just scratching the tip of the iceberg in the US in terms of the market size. We delivered close to 1,000 units in the US and Canada during the last 8 years. There is over 1 million units that are very old. They are over 40 years old. They were designed in 1854. That's when Queen Victoria was still a young lady. And they need replacement. And they're thirsty. They consume a lot of power. And the US mandate is energy independence. So therefore, they have to find ways to reduce power consumption. And our product already proved that it actually saves power consumption. So it is the answer. We are the market leader. We expect with that conversion, that replacement to new technology, our product will accelerate in sales. And we will be over 300-400 units. That means doubling the number of units and double the dollar volume, which means we can increase the employment quite significantly. We're now about 20 employees, more or less, in Plattsburgh. We could be 35 to 40 employees in the next 3 to 5 years, at least.
And would you also have to look at expansion as far as space if you're doubling the output? Is your facility in Plattsburgh big enough, or would you have to look at an expansion?
Luckily, our facility can accommodate up to 300 to 400 units. But however, if we go beyond that with vertical integration, we can take some of the components that we give to our suppliers in Canada and in the US to make for us. We can actually make them in Plattsburgh. So we can make products that we buy from our suppliers in addition to our main product. That means we can expand the facility. Luckily, we have land. We have 11 acres land with the plant already existing, and we have architectural plans for expansion already available.
So you have room to grow?
Absolutely.
Do you have patents on your designs, and does that help when it comes to imitators in China and elsewhere trying to compete with you and muscle in on your territory?
Actually, I like your question. I find it very interesting. We do have some patents on components. We actually don't think patents is the answer, and I'll explain why. When you have a patent, you have the comfort, you have the feeling of comfort. But that feeling of comfort stops you from innovation. because you think you're protected. If you look at IBM versus Apple, if you look at in the technologies of the .com, the people that focus on patents, they slow down on innovation. And then innovators came in with the new solution completely out of the box that replaced the companies with patents. And then that slowed them down. Our focus is on innovation, on finding solutions to our customers' problems, evolving the design continually, and focusing on customer service and providing excellent customer service and proximity to our customers. Innovating the way we do business based on value, not on dollar, based on confidence that the customer needs in order to justify the next design, the next technical solution that they need. So with that, we will be less reliant on the protection from patents.
So you're always looking for that next design, that
Absolutely.
newer technology. It never ends.
Never
Is that
ends.
part of the excitement for you, coming from the aerospace industry, that you're always looking for that next piece of technology that
Yes.
improves the product
Well,
even more?
Exactly. That's what excites me every day, is that I look at it today and say, how can we do better design, better business today than yesterday? Where can we find the next group of customers that will take us to the next step in growth? And then we focus on expansion. Like in the UK now, we're establishing presence where we have a huge market in the UK. What we did is we went there and we helped them find solutions to very old technologies that they have as well. And with those technical solutions, they're able to take maybe an idea or a reflection on what they need to do to a real project, the design project, and therefore, in the end, the procurement of our product.
You talk about your growth in the US and Canada. As you look internationally, and you're looking at the UK, you're looking at Africa, you're looking worldwide, does the time come where you look to expand overseas and actually have facilities in other parts of the world, or do you stay in Canada and Plattsburgh?
Well, our aim is to stay in Canada and Plattsburgh for the production. But what we will need in those countries is local presence in terms of engineering, support, sales, proximity to our customers. We can talk in their time zone, we can talk in their language.
So you need a presence there, sales force, engineers, people on the ground who know those countries, know those
Yes,
markets.
and we can respond within a reasonable time, be there if they have an issue to take care of them, and be part of their demographics. They feel that we're part of their demographics when it comes to everyday interaction.
Your workforce, most of your workers homegrown from Clinton County, or do you,
Yes.
and do they have backgrounds in engineering? What experience and education do your workers have?
Mostly have engineering and technical background. We like to have more engineers, but it's hard, like I mentioned earlier. We even advertise across the states, New York State, Vermont. We tried to hire a plant manager with engineering background, and it's not easy to find in Plattsburgh. So we even considered, we had an interview and we made an offer which the person signed from Vermont, from Burlington. But then United Technologies came and
Took
gave
them away?
more money.
Yeah. So
And
it's-
that's where we also are competing with the Bombardier, Novabus, United Technologies,
So you're
Lockheed.
You're still competing with
Yes.
You're competing with
Yes,
Aerospace,
absolutely.
for some of the same engineers, and
Yeah, we competed like on GE tried to come up with a product to compete with us. GE. Well, I used to
Yeah.
work for GE before.
Did you?
I started my career with GE. They for about 3-4 years tried to compete with us, and then they exited. They could not compete with us. But
they
then
saw the growth
Yeah.
in the industry. And
Yeah.
And you mentioned the hope is eventually here in Clinton County with Clinton Community College, with the new Advanced Manufacturing Institute, that there will be training that will help you find more qualified workers for,
Right.
for your industry
Yes.
and also for some of the other
And we're
big
hiring everyone
manufacturers.
they can train. What we started with was just the production. So we were taking someone with a high school degree or college degree, and we were training them 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, so they can do assembly and test in the plant. Then once they get to a certain level of capability, they knew the product, we start sending them to the site. So we have 5 employees now from the plant that we send them to the customer site. They test the product in Plattsburgh, they go to the customer site, they check the installation, they test it again, they put it in operation there, and we send teams of 2 or 3. One day they will be in Florida, one day they will be in Seattle. Now we're sending them to Vancouver, British Columbia, to Victoria, British Columbia. We send them to Nice, we send them to London, England. So it's not just work in Plattsburgh in production. As soon as they have enough capability, we send them outside and replace them with the newer, younger.
So there's real career advancement
yes.
possibilities there, growth potential to start in production and eventually be part of the teams that are going out and internationally and,
yes.
and installing and overseeing and
yes.
testing and
yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing, like say like 8 years ago, not many people from the city of Seattle came to Plattsburgh, or from Nice came to Plattsburgh, or London, England came to Plattsburgh. They say, where is Plattsburgh?
Where is it, right?
And now, you find teams after teams, and they're all high profile people that they come.
Coming here to see your technology and how
yes,
it works.
How it works, and they test it, and they interact with the employees, and so that brings international exposure for the city of Plattsburgh. When those people that come here grow in their careers, a lot of them end up in the public works sector. And they have to sometimes make decisions when they want to do some investment. Oh, yes, I know about a place in Plattsburgh, really a good place to make an investment. So it's like we're taking Plattsburgh on the road. We're taking them to places that are very influential and with high potential.
Omar Hammoud, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us.
Thank you.